What's up, guys? Living in bad faith here. Got some. I just kicked my speaker over, and I've got some Homefront game. Oh my god, that's a shit start. I got some Homefront gameplay. I'll keep going, pretend that never happened. That's what I do because I'm lazy. Anyway, got some Homefront gameplay, which wasn't my intention to make a Homefront video today. I did want to make something today because I have a day off, so I thought it should be somewhat productive. You know, yes, commentary is better than sitting around doing nothing. But it was originally going to be a Team Fortress 2 video, and I'd worked really hard on this Team Fortress video. It was going to be like an instructional video about the engineer, and I had like notes written down. It was like incredibly detailed. I put a lot of work into this. Turns out there's a lot more work that I gave it credit for, so I gave up basically. And because I'm lazy, like I said. But I'll pick it up at some point. I don't want to look at it anymore because editing just irritates me in this whole commentary, the whole business. Editing is the most annoying part of it, in my opinion. But so instead, I got Homefront gameplay with my Scar 3-round burst that I mentioned last Homefront video. Got that pink I love my gun camo and a red dot sight, which I believe I recommended to myself last video. And we wound up losing this match. But before I get to that, the reason why I put up a Homefront video instead of continuing to go down the Team Fortress 2 video line is just because this requires like no editing. I just took this match, it's about 17 minutes long, chopped it in half, and that's it. That's all the editing I've done. So this is a lot easier, so you can see why I prefer this as opposed to something that requires a lot of editing. But anyway, getting back to the gameplay, like I said, we lost this match, and what my main discussion point was from this video that I wanted to talk about was the fact that I raged something hard whilst filming this for about the first 5 minutes, or the first couple deaths just got on my nerves like you wouldn't believe. And I don't know what exactly did it. Honestly, it just seems like once you hit the fast record button, it just suddenly just gets more important. Like everything you do just becomes like incredibly more important. Your time, your hard drive space, everything just has to be done perfect, which then leads to frustration if things doesn't go your way. But to an extent, it's more important, and at the same time it's not really that important. Just because if you play a bad game, or if you just play a mediocre game, or if you get too many deaths, or you make a mistake somewhere, you always just don't upload that video, or you just delete that off your hard drive. That video just never sees the light of day, the gameplay. And that kind of led me to think that aren't uploading these videos, uploading these sort of first-person shooter competitive action gameplay videos, somewhat deceptive or manipulative? Not in sort of a malevolent sense, but just the fact that it's kind of like common, just what you do, just to post the best gameplay you can, and that's just what you do. It's just like the unwritten law of gameplay commentary on YouTube. Isn't that somewhat deceptive? Because there's no way in hell that people just turn on their Xbox or turn on their PlayStation, turn on their PC, turn on their Mac, whatever the hell they game on, and just are perfect at it from just the second they turn it on. This is not possible. I personally know I don't do it, and even though I've had people commenting on my videos saying, "Oh wow, you're so great at every game you play, blah blah blah, you're so awesome" or something. Not to insult those people if they're watching, I'm just saying it happens, and it always makes me feel kind of weird, like I don't really know what to say, because I personally know that I don't just turn on my computer at the end of the day and just piss excellence and just completely destroy everyone I verse. Of course, I have bad games, I have average games, and I have good games. Only the good games ever see the light of day, which I can guarantee you that's probably no different from most of the commentators you see on YouTube. Of course, people occasionally put up that bad gameplay, but it's generally not like a serious video. It's sort of more in a satirical or comical fashion, which in turn plays down the importance of that video. So so this kind of like stems back to the point I was saying, where it's somewhat deceptive. But society in general is sort of like that. I know, like, as soon as someone dies, suddenly, like, everything they've done in their life that's been, like, bad or embarrassing is just forgotten. And, you just focus on the good bits. And so, even with something, if you're watching, like, a documentary about a tennis player or something, of course they're going to mention all the Wimbledon wins. What the documentary's not going to mention is all the round 1 knockouts that they've had in their career, which is going to be more than their wins most likely, but you'll never hear about it. Same way you'll never hear about all the times that a songwriter's got drunk and beaten some hookers or something. I don't freaking know. Same way you'll never see my crap gameplay where I go, 8 for 20. Or you'll never see Nana's videos, or Xjaw's videos, or any FPS Russia's videos. I don't know if he still makes gameplay, but you'll never see their bad gameplay. You'll always just see their good gameplay. It's just the sort of society's just like that. And it's not just with people's, like, it's not with people who, like, overtly put themselves out in public. It stems even back to things like Facebook. I mean, do you ever stop to think about how unrealistic your Facebook profile might be of yourself? I'm not trying to, like, target anyone specific here, but when people put their personal information out there on their Twitter or Facebook or Google Plus or whatever the hell people use nowadays, it's always kind of like they put out there, like, they put their portrayal of themselves as like a rock star kick-flipping maniac, when really they're a sit at home and drink beer and watch pizza on the couch kind of person. It's just it's just the weirdest thing, and it just kind of intrigues me as to why it's just sort of a social positive distinctiveness, if I could put a name onto it on the top of my head. But anyway, it's just a weird area of discussion, weirdly esoteric just here. Not what I intended to talk about when I started this commentary. But just back then, if you're watching the gameplay, that was lag, I think. I'm not entirely sure what happened. I think that I might have been raging at the lag or something. I came out of it okay, I guess you could say. But I know, and I know I know it's incredibly hypocritical for me to say, "Oh, isn't it just devious and deceptive that we'll put out all this gameplay when we're not really that good?" Oh, and by the way, I got a third of my team's killed this match. Yeah, no, that's really hypocritical, and honestly now I'm sort of discussing internally whether I should even include the score of this particular match. I don't know. I probably will, just for the hell of it. I'm not entirely sure. I sound like the biggest hypocrite right now. But anyway, the video's coming to an end. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.